got this slicer gadget for $5 off Temu and it works pretty good. We're making some steak today. Believe it or not, I can actually cook steak now. I'll show you. I've never had this cut of meat before, so I'm really curious how it's gonna cook and what it's gonna taste like. Now for the moment of truth. Let's see and hope that I didn't fuck up this steak. Oh, that is beautiful. What is my dad doing next door? Don't you dare say anything about this cup down in the comments below. I don't want to hear anything about it. It's just a cup for me, nothing else. It's pretty awkward if you're trying to record and your parents are literally next door. We got a steak video today. I wanted some steak, and ironically I'm having steak tomorrow night. I'm going out for dinner with my cousin. Was at his crib yesterday. Got a random ass banana. I don't know, I see everyone on Instagram with these like meat diets having a freaking banana. This is my second banana of the day because I literally just did biceps, my triceps, and my chest today. So they're destroyed. I did shoulders yesterday, which is something I need to explain. If you train your shoulders, a lot of people forget that you've got the back as well. I have a perfect workout exercise for that. If you want to know what it is, I don't know what it's called. I'll show you on a video. It's pretty fucking heavy. Let me just say, training shoulders is like my least favorite because it just hurts. Tomorrow's leg day for me. Today's a Thursday, so I thought we eat some steak. Now, I haven't had this cut of steak before. The steak is very delicate. I always say it's quite expensive, but it is tasty. It's way better than minced beef in my opinion. I have like 3 kgs of minced beef. Haven't touched it. I got like 5 or 8 kgs of chicken in my freezer. Haven't touched it. I've been eating nothing but goddamn steak every day with fish. That's it. And some vegetables. I was going to essentially do vegetables. What potato is a vegetable, but I was like, fuck it. Let's have banana. Don't you dare think of that. I know what you're thinking. I love bananas. Amazing pre-workout. Really one of the best things to take. I've tried honey with salt. Doesn't do anything for me. Because it's funny. I didn't even have breakfast this morning when I woke up. I was at my cousin last night. I had dinner at his place. I ate pork. And if you know me, I do not eat pork at all. I'm not Muslim or religious. In general, I just don't enjoy the taste of pork. And pork in general, depending on what cut of meat, is very high in salt and very high in calories, so I try to avoid it. I don't like the taste pretty much, just long story short. We had tenderloins, I think it's called. I had like a half a kilogram of tenderloin. So I woke up at 8:30 this morning, I'm like, I ain't hungry, but I do need some energy before I hit the gym. So I had a banana. And it's awesome. They're like the best thing, fruit-wise. There isn't a fruit that comes in the neighbor of taste like a banana. Maybe an apple, but like I can eat a banana every day for a year straight. I love it. But like an apple is different. I don't know. I guess it also depends on the kind of apple. But anyways, I was gonna add some eggs, but then I was like, don't want no eggs right now. I'm trying to avoid eggs. Alright, this I would assume is raw, some would assume and say. I haven't ever used this cut of beef. I decided to get some different type of beef. A little bit of raw would never hurt anyone. I do not suggest eating beef raw to begin with. That's like, I wouldn't do it. Potatoes are awesome. Some sweet potatoes, I felt like it, I don't know. And I was like, let's slice them up. It's way easier. The thing does work. The garlic and salt and pepper. Fire. I think it's really amazing. It's just missing that honey. honey on sweet potato. That's the way to go. I usually whenever I have sweet potatoes, I always have honey on it. And it's a nice bit of sweetness to it. I'm eating like this. I don't care. I'm going on vacation. It's the 13th today. Holy shit! It's my sister's birthday today as well. Picking her up just now. And in about 2 weeks, I go on vacation with a friend who I don't even know for that long. I've only known her for 2 months. I'm not lying. I swear to God, hands down. We've only known each other for 2 months. And I think the first time we met up was when I was in Roosendaal. She's from Belgium. She lives like 2.5 hours away from me, which kind of fucking sucks, because goddammit, she's a very nice person, and she's really cool. She's very cool to be around with, and just have her as a friend is awesome. She's very chill, laid back. She's a vibe, you know. But how we met was quite funny. We're just friends, just to let you know. That's something we've discussed with each other as well. That's the one thing about her. Her communication skills are on point. Like, it's very clear, straight to the point, no BS. I like that. I love it about her. Really, I do. I think it's awesome. And I think the first time we met up, it's funny how we met up, because like I was in Roosendaal. I posted that I was in Rotterdam the day before, and I got a DM at like 9 in the morning. I woke up, right? Hey, if you're ever in Rotterdam, would you be down to link up? So I'm like, yeah, no problem. Who are you, where you from? But obviously I want to know who you are. I'm not just meeting up with you. Blah, 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 says the name. Alright, cool. And I'm in Rotterdam right now, she said. I said, I'm at Roosendaal. Would you like to chill later and smoke? I'm like, yeah, why not? I ain't got anything to do. And then we linked up. And we smoked. And we just chilled in the hotel for the entire night. Well, I fell asleep after because I was stoned. Holy shit. That's got an awesome taste. And I think during our first time meeting up, one of us, I think it was her maybe, said, I really do love traveling, and I'd love to have a travel buddy. Would you, want to, like, travel with me? Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I think a week later, we linked up again in Antwerpen, went out to the bar, had a very nice time in a very, very cozy bar. I don't know what it was, but the owner was hot, so I'm like, yeah, I'll come here again. And I don't know why, but like, we decided, fuck it. Let's go on a road trip together, just you and me. I kinda would love to. Alright, cool. Let's discuss when we can. 27th, we're going to Luxembourg until the 1st of July. And then on the 7th or 8th of July, we're going to Italy. The trip's already been planned. We're just now discussing bookings and what places. And she's very good with that. Me, on the other hand, yeah, you know what? If it's cheap, I'll take it. She, on the other hand, is like, it needs to be a nice location. The area, what is there to do in the area? Because I don't look at shit like that. I just look at like, fuck it, $50 for a night. That's cool. She's like, I don't mind the prices. I just would like to know what's around the area as well. Like, what's there for walking distance, this and that. And we're going on a road trip, so we're driving to fucking Italy. 13 goddamn hours for me to drive. She doesn't have a license yet, which would have been awesome if she had a license as well, because that meant we could switch as drivers. But I'm not driving 13 hours straight. You're gonna be fucked up. I ain't doing that. So we're meeting up in Luxembourg in 2 weeks' time. Picking her up there, because she lives an hour away from Luxembourg. It's like nothing. It's 3.5 hours for me. Not that bad. You know what? Honestly, not that bad. It's from where I live to Amsterdam almost. It's the same distance from Amsterdam. So I'm like, yeah, cool. And then we come back. We book everything else for Italy. And here's the thing, right? We haven't discussed where we're going to meet up, this and that. That's something we'll discuss after our trip in Luxembourg. But she's a very, very cool person. She's a really cool friend. And yeah, it's very funny because we were actually thinking of first going to Turkey. Because she actually is going to Turkey in August, I think. But I was like, God damn, I haven't been to Italy in like 12 years. I told her I'd love to go back to Italy. 2 weeks. Not a week, I said 2 weeks. 12 to 14 days. After that, it's done. I don't need to be that longer. We're going to Gardemir. That's our first stop. Gardemir is fucking gorgeous. Oh. Gardemir is awesome. It was my recommendation. I told her, if we go to Italy, we've got to go Gardemir. Gardemir. The lake, the mountains, the hospitality, the culture. Italian culture is fucking awesome, dude. Like, you cannot get that kind of culture anywhere else in any other country. Except maybe Spain. But like, Italy has a very unique architecture, in my opinion. The houses, the layout, the streets. It's got very much history. Sure, it does have crime as well, but so does every place. But I don't give a shit. I'm there for the food. I'm there to enjoy my holiday and my time. And it's gonna be cool. Now, I ain't never been on a road trip. I'll be very honest. Never been on one. She has a few times. So I'll let her guide me instead of me guiding her, because she'll probably know what she got to do. But she's a cool friend to have around, man. We stay in contact very often. And maybe after these 2 trips, with like a few months' time, go on a trip again. That would be awesome. Then I think I would honestly go to Japan. Oh, bro, I'd love to go to Japan with her, or like with anyone. That's definitely one thing on my bucket list I've got to do before I die. To-do list, you know. Japan is yet again the people and the environment in Japan in general, and the food and the culture. I've heard that it's very nice. It's very good to be there. They treat you as an outsider as their own, if that makes any sense. And Japan is very clean. I've heard, I don't know if it's true, I've heard you get fined if you throw like paper on the floor or gum on the floor. Hence why Japan is super duper clean. Again, could be just bullshit, but if it's true, wouldn't surprise me. And the houses in Japan are cheap as fuck. Goddamn, you can buy a mansion for 100,000. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, oh, but then you live in Japan. What's wrong with Japan, bro? It's better than the fucking USA. I can guarantee you that, if that's what you're trying to say. Again, that depends on where. But like Japan, you know what? I'm gonna be a pussy. I don't like these red pots. I think I might just have to cook them extra longer just now. Stop being a bitch. Just eat it. Didn't even taste them. Cool. A little bit of red ain't gonna kill me. I gotta say, it's a very good cut of meat. So what I normally do when I eat my steak, I let it out overnight, so that it gets on room temperature, so that it gets even more juicier and more soft, and just add butter. You can add herbs and all that nonsense, but I don't. I don't want the flavor of the steak getting overdone, by the herbs. I'm not talking about those herbs. Imagine a weed-infused steak. That's very weird. Probably real. But yeah, we're going to Gardemir for 3-4 days. Then we want to go to Parma, because she told me apparently that the food there and everything else, etc., is really nice. Then we want to go to Rome, and then we're also going to go to Milan, because she said that the fashion there is really good. So I'm hoping that there will be a lot of Dolce & Gabbana in Italy. And you bet your goddamn ass I'm going to take my shit with Italy. I'm going to take my Dolce & Gabbana with. Show the people that, hey, as an outsider, I love your brand. Stefano Gabbano and the other guys, they're gay, by the way, which is really, that's something I find very odd about like men in like fashion industries. Why is it that they're almost all the time gay? I never understood that. Is it like a feminine thing? like not being weird, but like whenever there's a guy that has like a big fashion brand, he's usually gay. Like Rick Owens, the owners of Dolce Gabbana, YSL, etc. They're all gay. I have nothing against it because their creativity and creators are phenomenal. They're exceptional in some cases. But that's one thing I've noticed about all brands. Like they're all, is that like a thing? Like I don't know. Like there's this new brand as well. For me, new at least. I've never heard of it before. Karl Lagerfeld. It's quite an interesting brand. I wouldn't wear that shit though. A little retarded man with the white cap on it. Apparently that's him. And it's boost expensive. Like what? Like I'm alright. I'd rather have this type of clothing. $35. Vinted. I'm telling you, man. Vinted. Something else. Something else. That's why I usually buy my Amiri. But not like the 50, 60 year t-shirts. I'm talking about the 150, 350 t-shirts. Because that's what Amiri retails for. So, yeah, you do also have, unfortunately, fake clothing on Vinted. That's whenever I look at brands like Bape, I'm like, $30 for pants that are $250 retail. Let me ask this seller, is it authentic or fake? Fake, I'm like, fuck, dude, it's not allowed. God damn it, you scamming out people here. Whenever I hit a seller, I'm like, is this a Mary T real for $120 or is it fake? Oh, I got it from a friend. I'm like, that's all I need to goddamn know. You know, when someone hits you up with I got it from a friend or this and that, it's fake. If they like, that's a scary thing about fake clothing nowadays is you can replicate labels and prints, receipts. It's very scary, and it's the same with like watches, right? Which pisses me off because I'm a watch guy. You know, I own several watches. Under one very exclusive one that you've probably seen in a few of my videos. But whenever I see these big like fucking influencers on Snapchat or Instagram promoting these fake watches, I get so goddamn furious because it's like you're tarnishing the people with legit items, their image, and you're tarnishing the reputation of the watch industry. You're fucking it up. Like I always say, if you cannot afford it, why buy it? Why fake it? If you cannot afford a real Rolex or a real Patek Philippe, why buy a fake one, man? It's pretty obvious that your watch isn't real if you live in a neighborhood that's full of dog shit and broken cars. You know, I always find it funny, bro. I see people that are walking with like supposedly €50,000 watches, and then at the end of the day, they live in like a shitty apartment or crappy house. I'm like, it's either you got your priorities not good or you just want to stunt whilst not having anything. Like, I never get that. Just be yourself. You know, I buy watches to collect them. I don't buy watches for investments necessarily. I mean, again, it kind of all depends on the watch brand and the history behind the piece itself, you know. If it's a very sought-after looking piece, then depending on the price, I'll get it. If it's a watch that has been made over 1 million times, I'm not getting it. Like, getting into the exclusive watch market is very, very difficult. Even I have not been able to get my hands on certain pieces of certain brands, and it's very frustrating because with Rolex, for instance, right? I've been to their store like 3 times or 2 times so far. The first time I went there was last year. I was like, I'm interested. See what pieces they have. Now, when you walk into Rolex, right? Or any kind of watch shop, like high-end luxury, you've got to consider that they'll look upon you different if you wear normal clothing. I went in there basic as fuck. I had a training outfit. I had a short pants and an Adidas t-shirt on with some New Balance. I was like, I don't care. I'm here to look at potential watches as interest. I don't care what they think. They'll treat you different. If you wear a suit in a store, they'll treat you different. Now, depending on the race you are, because trust me, that plays a huge difference. You'll be surprised how many racist ass companies are out there that won't let you in because of your skin color. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. Trust me, if you think it ain't true, it's a fact. Your race has a lot to do with it. Your age. Because there's the thing, when you go into these high-end watches and boutiques, they don't often expect you to have money if you're like 18 or 17, which isn't weird, because it's not the usual, typical clientele. But they'll judge you from the moment they see a youngster. They're like, nah, you can't afford a 20 grand or $30,000 watch. Ain't no way. You'd be surprised the people that I've seen in those stores, that are around my age. I'm like, damn, he balling. But most of the clientele is old, middle-aged white people. That's the truth. Right? That's their market as well. That's what they literally market for. So when I went in there, I was like, I like this model, right? I was the Rolex Datejust 41mm with the chocolate bezel. Gave him all the information. I come back, not even 2 months ago, this year. So this was last year, August, right? 2023. It's been 8 months. I've had nothing. No contact, no email, nothing. Nada. I walk into the same boutique. This time I'm dressed up. Way more casual. The woman had no clue what the fuck she was talking about. God damn, I couldn't understand how she worked at Rolex. Because I was like, how do you not know the name of the model and the preference of bezel size and dial size? I'm 21 and I know more about your brand than you knew. That's weird, but alright, whatever. I said I like this one. The exact same model, but this time it was way more expensive. I'm like, what? I came in last year and now you've upped the price by 3,000 euro? Like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm like, what? The same watch that I chose out this time as interest was last year 14,750 euro. This time it was 17,500. I'm like, why are they taxing so heavy? What the fuck's up with that? I could go to a dealer and get the entire set for way less. Made no sense. So I was like, listen, I was there last year, right, for this exact same model as an interest. Your colleague over there helping a customer out, he never reached out back to me. And I said, I am in your system, I assume, right? Because that's what he told me, that I'm in their system. And she checked, no, you're not in our system. I said, well, that's odd because I came in here last year. Your colleague I spoke to that's sitting right over there, he helped me out. And he told me that I was in the system. He even showed it to me. And I've been waiting here for 8 months for a model that I haven't had no information on. We are very sorry for the inconvenience. I said, no, it's alright, but it's like, it's very irritating. I told her, like, I'm waiting for a potential model. You know, I have interest in it. I'm not messing around about. I told her that, right? And then I got put into the thing. Now, again, Rolex and all these other watch brands, they have their preference. They do. They have their clientele. They have their VIP. See, that's the shit thing about Rolex. Because I've been in there twice, right? Service is fucking terrible. It sucks. The service in Rolex is terrible, bro. You're honestly better off going to a retailer, spending a little bit more, and have way better service and get the thing that you want right there. Because Rolex, they suck. And you can go onto any forums on the internet or search up anything about the service on Rolex. Go on the goddamn Instagram page of official Rolex and you'll see the negative comments of people saying, oh, it's a great watch. Be nice if we could buy it. Beautiful. But could you also put it on the market for us to actually purchase it instead of being on a waiting list? That's the thing that a lot of people complain about, with especially Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille, is the waiting time, is the waiting list. It's fucking ridiculous. There was this one model, I was like, oh, I like this one with the diamond bezel. No, with the diamond face, right? How much is waiting here? 10 years. So I'm like, damn, 10 years? And bear in mind, this was the guy who helped me out last year. So I asked her, this model, if it had diamonds, how long would it take? A year. So I'm like, what? Your colleague last year told me that it would take over 10 years. Why is it a year all of a sudden? She said, well, that's weird. It doesn't take that long. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Are they both just messing around, or do they both generally don't know what they're on about? But yeah, service is crap in Rolex. If I'm being honest, again, go to your retailer, bro. You to another jeweler. Yes, if you don't trust and you buy a product from a jeweler, you don't trust it, go to Rolex itself and let them identify it. Identify the watch that you bought, or watches. You know, if you're a real big spender and a boulder, you have multiple watches, go to him. The thing is with other jewelers, and this is why I don't like buying high-end products from other places. I'd like to get it from the main sources because a lot of jewelers are also sneaky, right? You would be surprised, and this is a very, very true thing. If you're into like jewelry, I only like watches. Fuck human links and all those goddamn nonsense chains. I don't like diamond rings. Watches is my interest because I feel personally wearing a watch is enough. Having a goddamn chain or a pinky ring looks stupid as a guy. As a female, it's a whole different thing. But like, when I see these rappers, for instance, with beautiful pieces of watches and they got these dumb chains on them, I'm like, it's not classy. It's bougie. It's trashy. You have a nice, beautiful rose gold Sky Dweller, discontinued model. Why would you need a Cuban link on top of your neck and grills. The watch on itself is beautiful. It's gonna stand out. But now it won't stand out because you got all this nonsense on your neck. A watch speaks volume with outfits. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of jewelers, and you'd be surprised, the biggest fuckers in the game sell fake watches. But they don't tell you that. Because look at it like this. How is it that there is a example, right? I'm trying to think of the rose gold sky dweller, the discontinued model, right? I don't know the reference number. How come you can't get a Rolex, but a jeweler has 7 or 8 examples of them in the vault? Make it make sense. You cannot buy the same model 7, 8 times from Rolex, straight from them. No, it's impossible. I can guarantee you that. Unless, and here's the thing, unless you are in their favorite clientele list or you've spent a lot of money in the past. Because here's the thing as well, right? You can buy a million watches from the same brand. They always have their favorite. Me, for instance, they'll look at like, nah. They'll definitely give the one that I want to someone else. 100%, because that's how it works. Favoritism. And it's the same with anything else in this world. So be careful. So yes, from my personal experience, Rolex sucks ass. The brand, beautiful. I love the brand. I love the watches. I love the history. I love the current designs. I'll be lying. I don't really like the newer models. Datejust and whatever they have, right? But Submariners, for instance, in my opinion, like the best Rolex watches you can buy, like look-wise and history-wise. Submariner, man, with the date on it, with the date glass, and a Sky Dweller. Like the watch that I would love to own one day is a Sky Dweller. Which, well, I like the rose gold one. I do not like the gold one whatsoever. I don't like gold watches. I got a gold-plated watch with diamonds in it, but I don't like that watch. I don't wear it anymore. It looks stupid. But my favorite, it would have to be the rose gold Sky Dweller, plain Jane. No iced out nonsense. No, nothing. And then maybe Datejust. Datejust is, as they call, the in-stock model, right? So you get a Datejust either as a daily wearing watch, or you get it as a piece, and that's your piece. You want to up it up from a Datejust, you go to a Submariner. From a Submariner, you go to a Sky Dweller. From a Sky Dweller, you go to a Day-Date. You got the Platinum Day-Date with Arabic dial. Fucking beautiful. Yeah, Day-Dates are nice. And then from there up on, you have the more expensive models. So you're talking about the factory diamond set watches, which people like Ronaldo and Trump and all these people have. Why did I say Trump? I don't know. I just thought he's a billionaire. He probably has one. My least favorite watch, the Sea Dweller. Don't like it. I think it's hideous. And the Seamaster. The big one, I think it's 48mm or 50mm. Deep sea it's called. You can go 4K. You can go 4,000 meters, 5,000 meters underwater. It's fucking ugly. It's goddamn massive. It's like Ben 10's clock on his fucking arm. Like, you can transform into a transformer or whatever. Most hideous piece ever milled, but it's a very unique piece on its own because of the fact you can go deep. That's hence why it's called the deep sea. Search it up. It's 48mm or 50mm. It's a big chunky piece. Do not like it at all, but it's got its purpose on why it's so chunky, because you can go crazy underwater. But yeah, that's it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and see you with ASMR tomorrow. Let me know if I should talk about watches more and jewelry. Ciao, ciao.